Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Reagan. I'm 26 and I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to be doing a fun little reading vlog. I have not done a how many pages I realistically read in a week in a long time, and I feel like it's way overdue. So we're going to be doing that. I typically only do Monday through Friday. I've always done that. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Sorry if that's not realistic to you because I'm not including the weekend, but Monday through Friday will be realistic. So I'm kind of doing like a business week. What I read business days, like what I read in a week, if that makes sense. We are going to be starting out with a really fun book. I'm so excited. And that is The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Suri. First of all, do y'all see how this like shimmers in the light? If you can't, I'll put in another video, but it's like rainbow. Is it called iridescent when it does that? I'm not sure, but I have been waiting to read this for so long. I actually just got this yesterday from Barnes & Nobles for my birthday. My boyfriend took me and bought it for me. This is sapphic. So it's about two women. And I believe it's about a witch and a knight, which I already love the idea of women as knights. I love reading about that. So I love that aspect. And I love witches too. So hopefully this is really good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I think Heather McLary is the first one that put me on this a few months ago. And it's only been out for, I think, like 6 months. So it's new-ish. But I'm absolutely obsessed with this cover. And we're going to be starting with this. I haven't started it yet. It's a little under 500 pages. So we'll see how many days it takes for me to read this. We're also going to be reading this. It's called We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler. I started reading this last night, and this is not a normal book that I would pick up for myself, but my sister's roommate, her best friend, she is reading this book, or she read this book and absolutely loved it, and so she told me to read it, and she actually gave me her copy. This is hers, which is so kind. So I started this last night, and I'm only 19 pages in. Since I'm only 19 pages in, I really could not tell you what this book is about. I think it's just fiction. It says it's fiction on the back. So we'll be counting this into our daily page count when I read this. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I love doing these types of vlogs. It's fun for me to know how many pages I read in a week. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I know y'all don't care about me going on and on right now, so we're just gonna jump right into it. But I forgot to tell y'all, today is Monday, so we are starting first day of the week that I'm doing on Monday. Okay, now let's get into it. I really like this quote. It says, so she's watching the Queen's Knights come through, and I'm guessing she sees the girl for the first time, and she says, blah blah blah, with long lashed eyes and a giving mouth, a handsome knight, yes, but also a pretty one. Were there many tales of pretty knights? I don't know, I like that. I picked this blue. I literally have no idea how this goes in here. Does that look right? So it sticks out a little bit. I don't know how these work. Hopefully y'all can see me. I know it's kind of dark in here. It's been a few hours since I started the book. I was about to say chapter. I'm on page 45, chapter 4. And we've really just been going back and forth in the chapters between Simran and Vina. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Simran is the witch. Vina is the queen's, the guard, or the knight. What I'm getting from this story so far is that there are tales that there's the original tale, and then people are kind of reincarnated as the original people in the tale, and then it rehappens to people over and over again over the years and centuries. So there was the original tale of a knight and a witch. The knight was sent to kill the witch, but then the witch cursed him, they fell in love, and then they both died together. So now I'm pretty sure Simran and Vina have been reincarnated as that knight and that witch. It's kind of giving the Ballad of the Archer and the Fox from the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I think that's what it's called. So Vina and Simran have already met. Simran was waiting for Vina and the guards to pass through this village, and she ended up robbing Vina of this special ink. I don't honestly know what it is. It's it goes on your, it kind of reminds me of tattoo ink. They say that they can write it on your skin, and that's what makes the tales or something. I'm a little confused on the storyline so far, but yeah, we haven't seen much of Simran besides her trapping Vina in that fae trap and then robbing her. But Vina has gone to this giant castle library thing to where the ink is like taken to and protected, and then like stories are protected there or something. I'm not totally sure. It's giving Hogwarts vibes, like in the first movie when they're on the little boats and they're like rowing the first years up to like Hogwarts, and it's like huge up above them. Like that's what it was giving, because they were on a boat going up to it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm having a good time. Like I said, I'm only on page 45, but it's like 10 p.m. and I'm hoping to double that. So hopefully I get to around page 90 or 100 before I go to sleep. I have not read from the other book, and I may just decide to read like a chapter or something, because all I really want to do is read this. And look, isn't this chain so cute? I'm literally, oh, it's like turned. I'm literally obsessed with this little bookmark. It is so cute. I ended up taking a nap while I was sitting here reading on the couch. I fell asleep in the middle of a chapter, and I've just been so cozied up on this couch today. But I ended up making it to page 83 last night. I think I took a little video, but I realized I hadn't like actually talked to y'all yet today. Made it to page 83 in this book last night. Did not read any of the other books. So total for Monday, it was 83 pages, which is actually pretty good considering I don't think I started this book until the afternoon yesterday, so I'm pretty proud of myself for getting that far. But anyway, I've been reading a little bit this morning, like y'all saw earlier, and I'm now on page 112, so that's what, like almost 40 pages so far today that I've read? Yeah, almost 40 pages. And I'm really enjoying it so far. We're still just going back and forth between Simran and Veena, and I don't know whose point of view I like more right now. I'm enjoying both of them a lot. They've started interacting a lot more. Veena ended up going after Simran, even though their tale, I don't think it's started yet. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused with how this magic works, but Veena ended up going after Simran, and they got into a little bit of some trouble in the woods, and Veena saved Simran, and Simran is so like, why are you helping me when you're going to be the death of me? Literally, like, I know in our tale you're going to be the one that kills me. And so Simran's just like, get away from me, like I don't want you here. Why are you helping me? And Veena's definitely falling first. She's like, I just love this girl and I want to help her and like I want to save her. And Simran is so confused, but they ended up getting taken back to the castle by the witch hunters, and so now they're staying at the castle under the queen's watchful eye, because she wants to like watch the tale unfold or something like that. But there's this murderer that is going around killing the incarnates, which the incarnates are the reincarnated people that like are put through the tale, like the people that are in the tales that are just like reincarnated. What am I trying to say right now? And there's a guy going around that's like trying to kill all of them, and we don't really know why yet or like who he is, even though we have like had dialogue with him. So I think that they're just trying to figure out who that guy is now, because they have, there went my bookmark. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I am hoping to get to page 200 tonight. 200 would be like maybe almost halfway through this book. I'm just really hoping to get there today. That would mean I would have read like 120 pages. So hopefully that's what I get to today. I'm gonna sit here, keep reading. I honestly may go read on the patio because it is a beautiful day out. So we may do that. I literally love them so much, Simran and Veena. I just read a chapter where Simran was taken to this room in the palace somewhere, just this like little library. And the girl that she was talking to, she was an archivist. Is that how you say that word? She ended up poisoning her, or like putting a spell on her, and then escaped through the window. And when she fell out of the window, she fell into like the hedge maze. Is that what it's called? The hedge maze in the palace gardens, which for one, I love a good maze in a palace garden. I love it so much. So she's now lost in that, running, trying to get out. And out of nowhere, Veena pulls her into this little like alcove and is like, stop, like you're being chased. And Simran's like, I know I'm being chased, so like let me go so I can keep running. And Veena's like, no, like I'm trying to help you, just like be quiet. And they're all up in this like little alcove, like flush up against each other. I don't know what the saying is. And Veena's acting like a little bit tipsy, so she like kind of falls, and Simran like catches her by the neck and is like putting her hand on her head like you feel hot. And it's so like the tension between them, I love it so much. And Venus like, I will help you get out of here, like just trust me, just follow me. And Simran is still just like, no, like why? And Venus like, let me come with you, because Simran wants to get out of the palace grounds to go find her friend Harry, who has been taken by that guy who is like killing incarnates. And so yeah, Venus like, let me come with you. And so she guides her out of the hedge maze, and now they're like underground in this like weird tunnel. But the tension in that moment when they were like all up together in this little alcove, I loved. But yeah, I'm on page 135, which is chapter 11. Simran literally just said, if you're getting yourself killed, I'm going to run and save my own hide, I swear it. And Venus said, good girl. Are you kidding me? I ended up not reading to page 200 last night. I got close. I got to page 185, but I did read more than 100 pages. So I read 102 pages yesterday on Tuesday. That's my total count. I only read this book still. Did not even open the other book, but I read 102 pages. I made it to page 185. And I've read one chapter so far today. It's literally like 6 p.m. and I just started reading like an hour ago. I don't know why. I've been really tired today. But yeah, I started reading, and I think I've realized that I like Simran's point of view more than Vina's right now. So Vina and Simran went into the woods in search for this library that it's like deep in the darkest parts of the woods. And it like holds all of the tales and like stories and books that are like banned. It holds them there. So they're going there to seek out information on how to like kill this man who's killing the incarnates. And while they're in the woods, there's like a group of witches, and they have this like fae queen. They end up kidnapping Vina and like taking her prisoner. And so Simran ends up joining the group, but she doesn't tell them that she knows who Vina is. And the fae queen ended up putting like a trance on Vina. This thing is annoying me so bad. It's like, do y'all hear that? The fae queen ended up putting like a trance on Vina. So now Vina's in love with that queen, and she's like not in love with Simran anymore. So the roles are kind of reversed now, and it's really funny because Simran is now trying to save Vina, and Vina's like, I don't want your help, like I love the queen. And Simran's like, no, you love me, like we're in the tale together, you know, like we're the ones that are supposed to be together, and Vina wants no part of it. So it's really like roles reversed right now. But I'm really liking the vibes in these woods and like the quotes, and I just love everything about it. So I think I'm liking Simran's a little bit more right now, but I have been tabbing a little bit more. I don't know if y'all can see, they're very like light colored. I'm having a great time, but like I said, it's after 6, so I need to sit down and start getting some reading done. Oh, they were laying in a circle on the ground, and Simran was telling Vina, like, stop thinking about me. I can tell you're thinking about me. And Vina was probably thinking about the first kiss, which was like kind of forced. Not forced, but like Simran had to kiss her to break that like enchantment she was under, so it didn't really count. And Vina's like, I can't. And then Vina heard rustling next to her. Simran just gets up from laying down trying to sleep, gets on top of Vina and kisses her. And Vina's so caught off guard. I love it. And then Vina was like, yeah, this is the kiss I'll definitely remember. I'm in love with them. I'm literally just now realizing that I have not updated y'all today, and it is like 10 p.m. on Thursday night. So yesterday for Wednesday, I ended up reading a total of 118 pages. 118 pages. That's pretty good for me. This book was just getting so good, and I read until like 2 a.m. So 118 is my total for Wednesday. Now, like I said, I've done a terrible job. I have not talked to y'all today at all. I haven't read like actually, I guess I have read a good amount. So I started on page 303 this morning. I'm actually in the middle of a chapter right now because I just took a phone call, so I had to like pause for a second, and then I remembered, I was like, oh, I didn't even film today, so I'm doing that real quick. But I'm now on page 358, 359. I don't remember which page I'm on, but so I've read a little over 50 pages today so far. I am stupid. I do this I think either I have a problem or I am reading some like magical books, because this happens so frequently. It's almost embarrassing. I thought when I always check how many pages there are in a book. Like, I just want to know how close I am to the end. I swear, when I had checked how many pages were in this book when I started the book, it was like 348 or something like that. So this whole time, I'm like, oh, I'm less than 100 pages away. Like, I can definitely finish this tonight. And I just like went back and looked, because I was like, there's still a lot of pages left in this book. No, there's like 380 something. I don't know how I got 40 pages off, but this happens a lot. And so I don't know what is going on. Like, pages are either being magically added to books that I'm reading, or I'm hallucinating, but I love them. I love them so much. I will say this story has been a little bit confusing so far, but overall it's so interesting, the whole idea of being reincarnated. And we got to part 2, which is kind of sad, because now, oh, I don't want to tell y'all how part 1 ended. Let's just say now in part 2 they've been reincarnated again, and Vina remembers who Simran is, but I don't think Simran remembers who Vina is. And so Vina's trying to like get back to Simran in this new life and be like, do you remember me? Because I miss you and I love you, and I remember you from our old life. It's getting really good, but I'm really sad about how it's gonna end. There was also an animal that was killed in this book, and it was in kind of the beginning of the book, but it was just mentioned again. And it made me really, really sad. I don't like when animals die in books. Like, I don't care what it is. It could be like a possum, and I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to read about it. So that was a little sad, but I have been annotating the heck out of this book. Like, so much. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to realistically finish the book tonight. There's still a good amount left. But I'm going to try to get as far as I can. I'm literally so confused reading this right now. Wait, what? Oh, friends, it has been 2 or 3 days since I have talked to y'all. Today's now Monday. Yep. I originally was just gonna do this, I was gonna say experiment. That makes no sense. This reading vlog Monday through Friday. It ended up being a whole 7 days, but I have not talked to y'all since Thursday. Like, I read Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have my laptop right here with all of like the numbers and calculations. I don't know if I talked to y'all Thursday or Friday. I think I actually talked to y'all on Friday. Yeah, I talked to y'all Friday and updated y'all on Thursday. I like didn't really end up reading on Friday, I don't think. We celebrated my boyfriend's birthday a few days early, and so we were like with friends and family, and we were just out and about. We had some drinks. I came home, did not feel like reading, which is totally fine, because that's realistic. Like, I don't read every single day 365 days a year. So, and then I just ended up not talking to y'all Saturday or Sunday. But I did read Saturday, Sunday, and now that it's Monday, I was like, I may as well just throw that in there. So this video does end up being a full 7-day week. So didn't read Friday, on Saturday. So on Saturday, I ended up finishing The Isle in the Silver Sea. I read the last 48 pages of this, and I am a little bit disappointed in this. I really am. I was expecting this. I wasn't expecting it, but I was really hoping this was going to be like a 4.5, maybe even a 5-star read, and it just wasn't that. I was really confused. Let me just say, I did enjoy the story overall, and I think it was really fascinating and really unique, and I'm still going to recommend this book to y'all. But I was really confused throughout, like, the magic system, I guess, like the story of the tales, and which ones died and which ones didn't, and which one were being held in like which places in this isle, and like which ones had chains around it. Like, it was all a little bit confusing to me, and I still right now could not tell you exactly like what all of that meant. A kind man on Fable did comment on my review and like tried to help me explain, which helped a little bit, but overall I was just confused a lot of this book. I loved the aspect of Simran and Vina's love. Like, I highlighted tabbed so much of their quotes in this. I loved the quotes in this book. They were phenomenal. But the magic system was just a little bit odd to me. I was confused a lot. And what's funny is Ellen Catherine, actually, I'm watching her video right now. Her subscribers choose my reads for a week. Her video just came out yesterday where she read this book and she said the exact same thing. She said the magic system really confused her and she was just, the pacing was odd. And I completely agree. But I loved the characters. I loved all the characters in this. Like, especially some of the characters that we didn't really love in the beginning and then we ended up loving at the end. Loved them. So overall, I'm giving this a 3.75. I did like it and I'm still going to recommend this to y'all. Just maybe y'all will understand it a little bit better than me. It was just a little bit confusing for me. And then I love how I didn't read this book like at all throughout the week, but I did end up reading 48 pages of this last night on Sunday, the last day of the challenge. So I'm now on page 77 and I can tell y'all a little bit more about it now that I'm like further in. So we have this girl, her name is Rosemary, I think. Yeah, her name is Rosemary and she's basically just in this like, I don't know, kind of dysfunctional family. There's not really like a giant plot to this book. It's just following her throughout the years in this dysfunctional family. And so it starts in like 1996 or something. That's like the first part. And she's in college away from her family and just she's navigating that. And then it jumps back to when she was like 5 years old. So like 1970 something. And that's where you kind of see more about the dysfunctional family part, how her mom, you know, was depressed. Her dad started drinking. She was losing her family members. Like her older sister disappeared as in like she left, not like kidnapped. And then her older brother was just, he was still a kid, but he was just very like wishy-washy with her, and he would go stay at friends' houses for long periods of time while she was alone at the house while her dad was drinking. Her mom was depressed. Like, that's really what this book is about so far. There's not like a real plot to it. There's really not, but I'm having a good time with it. I am. I think it's pretty good. I feel like this is kind of funny. So as I'm reading this, I'm like, wait, this is kind of like a psychological book. Like, I feel like psychologists would read this, and it talks a lot. The dad in this book is a psychologist, and so it uses a lot of terms that I feel like psychologists would use. And as I'm sitting there reading, I'm like, wait, my friends that gave this to me is literally going to school for child psychology. So I'm like, I think that's why she read this book. But I'm liking it. I don't think it's going to be anything near like a 5-star read for me. It's just literary fiction. But yeah, I read 48 pages of this on Sunday. So the total amount of pages that I read in 7 days this week was 532. I can't tell if I think that's a lot or not, because like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was reading 100 pages, 133 pages. Didn't read it all on Friday, so that really knocked off a lot. And then it's like Saturday, Sunday, I only read 48. So it's like I started off so strong in the beginning of the week, and then it just slowly went downhill. I feel like 532 is a little bit low for me, but that's, I guess, what makes this a realistic week in a life, because this was a real week for me. I think that's going to be the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you know how many pages you typically read in a week, comment them down below. I'd love to know. Some of y'all are probably double or triple what I read this week. I know there are people that literally will read like 2,000 plus pages a week, which is insane to me, but I'm so happy for y'all. I wish I had that time. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on everything down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.